hello, and welcome back to my channel. I'm a little bit late. I know. I am like 5 minutes late today. Oh, it's going to start like that. It's always starting like that. 5 minutes late. Oh. But I'm here. And today we are going to have our masterpiece Monday with, we talked about it yesterday, Chopin Ballade No.3, which is going to be part of my concert in Hamburg. Oh no, I destroyed my Miffy pencil. Oh no. Yeah, I dropped it on the floor and now the ears are a little bit damaged. I like this one a lot. This one is actually super cute. I don't know if you can actually see that one. Yeah, it's super cute, but I damaged it. Anyways, hello everyone. I hope you're all doing fine. After yesterday's roast, nobody's like leaving. Just a quick reminder, I won't be able probably to live stream on Wednesday and Sunday because on Wednesday there's going to be the regional round starting of one of the biggest youth competitions in Germany called Jugend musiziert, and I'm going to be jury in that round for Stuttgart. So I won't be able to do so much, unfortunately, except of that, because I will be listening to music like every day from 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. Like that's going to be a long time, very long days as well, and it's going to be very tough. I'm pretty sure. It's not the first time that I'm doing that, and I already know I'm going to die. Zed Brito says, I haven't cried yet. I'm fine with the roast. Okay. Do I have to be harsher on the roasts? Like, do you want me to be more roasty? More like chicken McNuggets roasty? Do you want to get out like crunchy chicken McNuggets later? I really messed up my hair, I feel. Oh great, Boo Boo 1090 or found the Tadeos, the Chopin Tadeos. Why do you stream so much nowadays? Because honestly, streaming is just so much more comfortable and easier to integrate in my time schedule, everyday time schedule, than editing videos. And trying to keep up with editing videos all the time, even though like I did start integrating a professional editor, but honestly it's just you don't know how much work it is to edit videos, you know. And if I can support that work, like I don't say that I don't want to do the videos anymore, I still want to do this, but it's a little bit more helpful to do the live streams sometimes as a support. Yeah, so today we are going to do the Masterpiece Monday. I am so sorry, I'm so tired already. It was a long day. I just came back from training. I have to, work on stuff. Why am I so low today, actually? Yeah, I changed the camera setting a little bit, but I look like I'm so low. Maybe I have to change my seats, but I also like to bounce here. Anyways, yeah, everyone that is still watching on YouTube, please have a look on my Twitch account. I am live streaming simultaneously on Twitch and on YouTube right now, but in the future I would like to keep my live streams on Twitch and the long form videos on YouTube, so I'm going to divide that a little bit. Like, what is the time there? It's 9:09. It's not that late, but I'm still tired. Isma says, my back hurts right now from practicing. Help me. I got you. I actually am working on a video right now where I'm going to show you different exercises that I've just learned in the past couple of months because I have really, really bad back pain as well. I went to a physiotherapist therapy thing, and I'm sticking to that. Like, this is where I came from. Like, I literally just 1 hour ago I came back from my training session there, and yeah, I think I'm going to share a couple of exercises with you. Like, not just I think that's secure. That's already on my plan, and I've already written a script for that video. So that's definitely going to come up soon. Kannst du auch mal nach Frankfurt kommen? Sure. I would have to find a nice place in Frankfurt for performing. Like, I guess we should. Bahnhofsviertel. Ich tue mich auch, eh. Klar. I'm pretty sure the Bahnhofsviertel, they can appreciate classical music a lot. Yeah. Alte Oper. Yeah, that's probably better, but I guess it's a little bit too big as a venue. Aditya Gandhi is saying, I also had back pain from practice. I started some stretching and it's getting a bit better. But stretching is definitely a good thing. I would recommend doing planks and like exercises to strengthen your core muscles, like not necessarily your back muscles, but like the whole core area. That's what's going to help you to stabilize again, because like it's not just from piano playing, but every time you're sitting, you are basically like the front part of your muscles that's around your stomach and legs, that part that is like getting shorter and shorter because it's not being stretched, it's not being used, and yeah. So that's basically what I would recommend, and also as I already mentioned, I'm going to do a video about that soon. Okay, I see a couple of people now in the chat that are complaining about back pain. I guess it's like an issue that a lot of people are going to face in our society, because it's not just from piano playing, but sitting around in general. So yeah, thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. All right, today we are going to have a look into Chopin Ballade number 3. It's actually one of my favorite ballades. Or no, it's actually my favorite ballad, let's be honest. Or maybe not, like, I don't want to say it's my favorite ballad, but it's probably the ballad that is representing me with my personality and character the most, I guess. And yeah, I honestly didn't practice so much the last days because I needed some break. That's something that I can totally recommend as like to people who are practicing a lot. Give yourself some break sometimes. Your brain is going to continue working for you. You have been practicing so much, like you're not going to lose the muscle memory so quick. Of course, you're going to lose a little bit of the memory and you have to refresh the memory, but that's fine. Like, I'm going to start practicing more now again, which is a little bit more than a month before my big concert, so that's going to be fine. What is a lot? A lot means like 6 to 8 hours a day. Or 5 hours a day. 5 hours a day is also already a lot. Yeah, 15 minutes, I don't know. 15 minutes is like doing Hanon exercises, half of my Hanon exercises. That's 15 minutes for me. Yes, I am bouncing on a medicine ball because it feels good for my back actually to do that. I know it makes people nervous, but I don't care. It's good for my back. Yeah. Actually, guys, I was thinking about doing a video for the upcoming Sunday. Like, I'm planning to post a video every Sunday on YouTube. And I was wondering to continue with that arm movement video thing, but I have the impression that nobody's really interested in that, so maybe I'll just not go deeper into this topic and do something else for Sunday. I don't know. I'm very often very surprised that things that interest me personally a lot, like fingerings, arm movement, breathing, these kind of things, they are so interesting and so important at piano playing, but I feel like people are just not interested in these kind of topics, and I'm a little bit scared that I'm seeing things a little bit too much out of the professional point of view and not enough out of, you know, from the eyes of a beginner or an intermediate player, and then I'm a little bit lost sometimes with my ideas. Okay, so people kind of like the video. Well, I'll have to think about it, how to put it. Maybe I just have to find a way to make it a little bit more entertaining or more clickbaity. I don't know. I feel like I'm not good in the game of clickbait yet. I have to improve my clickbait game. Jost Wiedergar is saying, I want to see a second video about it because I think I play quite hard, but not too much. I want to get really relaxed while playing. Well, arm movement definitely is going to help to relax. And everyone that didn't watch the video, you can still watch it, of course. It's on my YouTube channel, Heart of the Key. It's the last video that I published. And also the other video with the 5 basics of piano playing. Great! Now, let's have a look at Chopin. Right? Is someone of you actually playing any of the ballades or the third ballad? That would be interesting. So you can come up with some specific questions if you have some questions for this specific piece that we're going to cover today. I would like to just go through the ballad in like short parts, phrases, to show you what I think, or what I think about when I play this music, how my interpretation looks for it, and yeah. Oh, let me just see. I think I unplugged my microphone, my piano microphone, by accident. Let me just check on it very quick. Yes, I did. So where's the cable? Here it is. Okay, now I have to set up the whole microphone again. Damn. I think it was this one. Okay, it's connecting now. So, it was not that bad, I guess. Oopsie. And I'm back. Let me just see if it's connected. No, it still says please wait. So I'll wait. And I hope, what the hell? Excuse me? Like, guys, please, I know it's all fun and so on, but please don't write these nasty things here. Like, this is not a chat for this. There is a teddy emote, actually. I created a teddy emote, but it's possible that it's not released yet. Like, I think I have to first get to a specific level on Twitch. Guys, help me to get to this level on Twitch. Everyone that is watching on YouTube, please go on Twitch. We want to release a couple of emotes. Yes, that's a Lego piano behind me. That is a present that my siblings gave to me to my 25th birthday, which is really cool, right? It is. Oh, the audio got weird. Sorry. It's probably because now it's connected to my piano mic. Let me just do a quick test run. I'll enable the piano mic and you can tell me if it sounds good or weird because I didn't have time to test it before. I'm sorry. It's too loud? Okay, let me just see. I hope. Okay, see. Is it better? I think it's better now. It's still too loud? Okay, I guess it's better now. I hope it's better now. Well, I should have looked into the settings before the stream, but I didn't have time. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Okay, I'll play something again, and you can give me feedback if it's working. Echt? Okay, that's like, okay, wait, maybe I have to change the settings. Again, let me see. Let me see. Okay, I know now why. Because my mic turned off, it went back to like the original settings, and okay, I think it's better now. Let's try. Next try. Great, it looks like it sounds good. I'm happy. Thank you guys. Thank you for your help. Yeah, today I was, I'm a little bit messy sometimes with stuff around me, especially, during times where I feel stressed. The whole room just looks so exploded and things just fly around, and today I ripped the cable out of my mic. I was like, shit. That was an accident. So yeah, and then I didn't have time to set it up correctly anymore. How much was my piano? I didn't buy this piano. This is sponsored by Steinway & Sons, or their brand Boston Pianos. It belongs to Steinway & Sons. It's created by Steinway & Sons. Oh, thank you so much, Ulkiora, for your subscription. Um, so yeah, I didn't pay for it. They gave it for me as like a product placement for the videos that I'm creating and the live streams and everything that I'm doing. Honestly, it's a great instrument. I just like the best part of this collaboration is actually that Steinway sends over a technician all the time that I'm asking for, but I forgot to ask in the couple of weeks, so it sounds very out of tune right now. I also wanted to give it a little bit time to, adjust to the new environment. I just moved to a new place, so I wanted him to get some time to adjust here. But what's the value? The value, if you want to buy that one new, I think it's somewhere around 55K. 55K, something like that. Yeah, this one is the biggest model out of the Boston grand pianos. It's the model 215, so it is 215 centimeters long, meaning it is a few centimeters longer than the Steinway B, actually. Yeah, that's really a lot of money for a piano, I know. But it's a high quality instrument, and I'm pretty sure this one is going to last a lifetime and longer. Yeah, Chopin said guitar is beautiful. Guitar is the best instrument, Chopin said. No, there's just one thing that's more beautiful than one guitar, he said. It's two guitars. Yuan Fitol is asking, I always have that question, what's the difference of a Boston against pure Steinway? So basically, inside of a Steinway, what you are paying for with a Steinway, you are getting the best materials, like the best out of the best wood. They are not going to take any wood that is just slightly not on the right level. So they would check on every single piece and look through it by hand. Like it's nothing created by machines in like a mass production or anything. There are people working, like the Steinway is purely handmade, if you want. Like, of course they are using machines to work with the wood and stuff like that, but if you want like the Steinway, what you're really paying for is, you should go to the Steinway factory actually in Hamburg and check on it. Actually, I was thinking about something that could be cool is that since I am coming to Hamburg, wait, here, haha. I'm coming to Hamburg to the beautiful LAEISZHALLE on the 28th of February and playing a full recital there. And I thought that maybe it could be cool to have a tour through the Steinway factory on the day before. If you guys are interested, let me know. Tickets and information you'll find in the link in the description box for the concert. And if you guys are planning to come to the concert, let me know. And also, yeah, if you're interested to come on a tour with me through the Steinway factory, like in real, not in a video, but for real, then let me know. Maybe I can organize something together with Steinway, because we are actually pretty close, and we're working very closely together, and so I could ask if they can do me that favor. Yeah, so basically what you're paying for is really the highest of the highest qualities in Steinway, and everything is handmade basically, and it's made in Germany, at least the ones that are produced in Hamburg. Like Steinway is only produced in Hamburg and in New York. There's nowhere else that they are producing, and the mechanics of the instruments are actually produced close to where I live, which is in south of Germany, and Boston is not made in Germany, it's made in Japan, in the same factory as Kawai is being made. It's not the same as Kawai, like they are not being made the same, but in the same factory area, basically. And all the Boston instruments are being sent to Hamburg, to the Boston Center, and they are being checked on by Steinway technicians. They are going to do the last detail work on the Boston instruments. This is what makes them a little bit more expensive than other brands that are in that price range, basically. So yeah, that is basically how you how you can explain the prices of these instruments. But why not Bösendorfer or Fazioli? Honestly, I was always much more of a fan of Steinway. I just like their overall sound they create. It is a sound that, in my opinion, it fits all the repertoire that we have in piano literature. While Boston and Fazioli, they do have beautiful sound, but for me personally, I feel, at least the ones that I've played so far, it only worked for a specific program for me personally, while Steinway works just for any program that I want to play. Of course, there are differences between each Steinway. Each instrument is different. Like, there's not two Steinways that are going to be exactly the same. No two Bösendorfers that are exactly the same. These are all extremely high quality instruments. Bösendorfer, Fazioli, they are also on a very, 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 very high level that's comparable to Steinway. But, at that level, it really comes down to your personal preferences. And yeah. Hi Anik, do you ever plan on doing the complete Rachmaninoff preludes, complete transcendental? I can't pronounce that, or the late Beethoven sonatas. I don't have these pieces on my wish list of what I have to have played in my life. On my wish list is everything by Chopin, except of the cello sonata and the songs, because I just like the solo pieces more. But all the solo piano pieces that Chopin composed, I would like to play them in my life, which is already a lot of work in front of me. I would love to concentrate a little bit more on Mendelssohn and Mozart, because I feel like their music is also fitting my natural abilities and skills. Thank you so much, Jazzhead394, for your subscription. That's so generous of you guys. Such a big support here. So yeah, I would like to play a little bit of Rachmaninoff as well. I love Rachmaninoff. But, at some point we all have to decide in which direction we want to continue and what fits us. Like, where can we bring the best out of us to shine? And I think that the composers, Chopin, Mozart, Mendelssohn, they are suiting my style the best. And I hope that I can bring out their pieces on an extremely high level. Rather, like, probably I won't be able to play Bach or Beethoven or Brahms on that same level, because it just doesn't really fit my personality and my natural technique. I hope that kind of makes sense. You should have chosen Einaudi, would have been quicker to play it all. For sure. For sure, I think I could sight read everything on one day. What do you think of Schubert? Oh, I love Schubert. I would love to play his impromptus. Everything. And yeah, I think it's a little bit like he, in his sonatas, it's like it's some things are very difficult for me in terms of, like, what I just try to explain the nature of my technique. It doesn't really fit me in total, and others they do. like I don't I don't really know how to explain it better in English. I'm sorry. Paul Pusher 1234 is saying, "Hi, I just dropped in to say thanks again for your advice on my recording during one of your subscriber roasts. You're more than welcome. I recorded the piece and made it to my first finals in an online international competition. Wow, nice! Although not a prestigious competition, it couldn't have been done without your feedback." That's so nice of you. I'm so happy. I'm glad you managed to change a couple of things so quickly, and yeah, that you were already successful with that. Keep going, keep pushing. What is your favorite brand scores? It depends a little bit on the pieces that you want to play. You know, I love, for example, Händle. I have lots of Händle books at home. And for Chopin, I love, I used to have lots of Händle, which I still have, sorry. But now I'm more and more going towards the Jan Ekier edition because it's written in a very well way, and also there is so much research put into these editions that yeah, they are right now my favorite. What's your favorite video on your channel, and where would you live in Europe if you, or European Union, if you can't choose Germany and Austria? If I can't choose Germany or Austria, huh? I mean, I like France, and especially the northern part of France. I was there for vacation a lot, and I could imagine living there. However, it's also pretty cold there, so maybe more south of France. Yeah. So like I'm not getting very far away actually. What's your favorite video on your channel? My favorite video. I think one video that was like so much fun to do was the finger exercise video, which is one of my earlier videos actually. Yeah, that was fun. That was a lot of fun actually. Guys, everyone that is still watching on YouTube, please consider having a look at my Twitch stream, because I'm streaming simultaneously on Twitch and YouTube right now. But in around 10 days, a little bit more than 10 days, or a little bit more, like around 2 weeks, I will stop live streaming on YouTube and only continuing on Twitch. So if you don't want to miss the live streams in the future, please come and join me on Twitch. Thank you so much, Stormrunner20, for your subscription. Yeah. Also, actually, guys, I wanted to ask you, I had the idea today of doing a 24-hour challenge stream. And for me personally, that's like a huge challenge of staying awake like for 24 hours, or maybe actually a little bit more than that, because of like I have to get up before and maybe also stay up after a little bit. But yeah, like that could be fun. So I could say hello to everyone there around the world, because sometimes I feel people would like to join the stream, but they are already going to bed or they are sleeping at that time. And others are just going like being awake and have to go to work, so they can't be part of it. So yeah, that could be a fun thing, I thought. But let me know what you think in the chat. 24-hour chat, 24-hour stream, where I'll be doing subscriber roasts. I'll be playing some challenges, I'll be practicing, I'll be watching documentaries with you, and just chill here with you. Raskuzi is asking, will you ever play a piano concerto with orchestra? I already played a couple of piano concertos with orchestra, and I would love to play again with orchestra because this is like that's so much fun. I love doing that. But you guys, it's actually very difficult to get an orchestra to play with you. You really need lots of good connections for that. Yeah, I would bring snacks as well. I would definitely need snacks for that. And yes, my brain will explode. And especially like people who know me, they could tell you that they would never believe that I can stay awake for 24 hours because I'm like always the first one who falls asleep, especially if I watch TV or something. So if I'm going to watch a documentary, I should put that like somewhere in the beginning of the live stream because otherwise I'm going to fall asleep directly. No, I'm going to fall asleep at the end, which we don't want. How much Fanta would you need? I don't know. Maybe I like Fanta is not enough for that day. Maybe I need some Red Bull or anything like that. I remember when you were practicing Moszkowski concerto, did you play it with orchestra or only two pianos? Unfortunately, I didn't find an orchestra that was planning to play this concerto. It's very unknown, and so it's kind of difficult to put that on a program. Plus, at that time, I was preparing for my final exams at university, and I had to prepare 3 piano concertos, and they are going like they would pick one out of them like in the last couple of weeks, so I could concentrate on that one together with orchestra. And yeah, a treasure train just started. I don't know what that is actually. Someone explain to me, please. And yeah, actually, the Moszkowski piano concerto was not chosen, unfortunately, but I played the Kalkbrenner, therefore, which is also a very unknown piece. Even more unknown, I guess. Michael Burggraf is saying maybe start with 2 separate 12-hour sessions. That could also be a thing, but I don't know. I would have to plan everything a little bit. Did you play Hummel piano concertos and Mendelssohn? I played the first Mendelssohn piano concerto. That was cool. I love that one. It's like a hype train, but the gifting is discounted for the viewers. Ah, okay, interesting. I'm learning so many new things here. Thank you, guys. So, I've nearly talked like 45 minutes now, and I didn't play anything yet, even though we wanted to do the Masterpiece Monday today. So, let's walk through a little bit of the third ballade by Chopin. I already forgot what we actually wanted to do today. Okay, last one for now. Miguel Colon P is asking, what do you think about contradictions on technique? For example, my teacher tells me to not open my elbows while playing, but I have seen you have recommended it. You know, in the end, what counts is always the acoustic result in music. I don't care if you don't move correctly, or don't move in the way that I would recommend, or whatsoever. If you find a way for yourself that creates the sound that you are aiming for, it's totally fine. You know, at the end, what really counts is that result. This is why I would not necessarily criticize someone like Horowitz or anything like that. They have found their own style of technique that would enable a specific type of sound they are aiming for. I wouldn't recommend this though for people who are not on that same level, because obviously they don't know what they do. They just try to copy things that they don't understand in detail, and then It's, first of all, it's never going to sound the same. So that's the first point. The second point is I just try to show you guys a very relaxed way of playing piano, because I feel that so many people that I see are way too tensed when they play piano, and so many people are asking me like, I have this pain, I have that pain, or I can't get through the full concert program because I'm just too tense. And the main problem is because there is no relaxation going on. And the arm movement is actually going to help you to relax while you play. So that's just my opinion on this. Yeah. But as I said, in the end, what really counts is the result, the acoustic result. And if the acoustic result is fine, I don't have any reason to criticize anything. Isma is asking, and when will the 24-hour stream be? Actually, I would like to do it already soon. Maybe on a weekend. Let me just check again. I think it was on the weekend from the 7th to the 8th of February. That could have been cool, because I don't have any other things to do there on that weekend. And it's still like, I know that like staying awake for 24 hours is going to mess up completely my routine, my day routine, and my sleeping time. So there's still enough time to get back to a normal sleeping time and routine before my concert in Hamburg. What do you think of Zimmermann's interpretation of this ballad? I generally think that his interpretation of the ballads are very, very great. Great. I would just still do a couple of things differently. And in general, to be honest, I'm not listening so much to other interpretations, but from what I've heard so far, it felt like lots of interpretations were, for my taste, a little bit flat and too aggressive at parts where it should be singing, I feel. But that's just my personal opinion, you know. Okay, last one before I go to the piano. Would you be able to recommend a digital piano that is close to acoustic pianos for a beginner? No. Actually, no. The fact that you are not really creating the sound for real, like in an acoustic instrument, I think that this stops a lot of people from playing piano, because it's just simply not as much fun to do as on a real instrument. But that's just my personal opinion. I don't know if that's true or not. It's just what I have seen a lot with people that were like, yeah, I would like to start playing piano. Then they get a digital piano, and a few weeks later they are like losing they're completely losing the interest in that. And I believe that would not necessarily happen if they got a real acoustic instrument. Yeah. But anyways. All right, I'm going to go now to the piano, and we are going to have a look at the beautiful Chopin Ballade number 3. I think I'll just, go through the piece step by step, show you different little hidden gems that I think are worthy to talk about, and how you can interpret these things and how it would sound differently. And then you can also give me feedback of, which versions you like more or you don't like. All right, let's move to the piano now. Where is actually my Stream Deck? Here it is. So let me just check if this still works. Great. Now I have the scores here. One of the first things that I really loved about this ballad was that it's just starting with one single note. Like, let me, is that here? So we are starting with one note, and then we are having two notes, then three notes, and this is like opening up more and more. You can see it from above even better. And suddenly we have like lots of notes here. And I like this idea of just starting from one note, which is really, really cool, in my opinion. And since we are developing several voices out of one voice, I had the idea of not just starting with one hand and one finger, but actually starting with both hands and playing them together like that. I'll show you again from above. So it's like I'm starting with both fingers on that note. And the advantage of doing that, like obviously it's not going to sound differently in terms of I'm not playing more notes, but it helps my brain to actually understand that the line of the left melody is already starting on that E flat and not like, that's not where that melody line starts. It already starts here. And this is why I chose to start with two fingers on one note, which honestly I didn't see anyone doing that so far. But yeah, I thought it's fun to do that. Now for the first part, I would like to concentrate on, developing each voice for themselves. So. And to me, also, we already get this feeling of a dance here, which comes especially through the left hand. And also it reminds me a lot of the Barcarolle that Chopin composed. I mean, we have that kind of gesture a lot. Is the sound gone? No, it's not, I hope. Because that mic is on, it's just the piano mic is off. So I hope it's fine. Or I'm just reading it wrongly in the chat right now. Anyways, so we're starting in... Wait, is there something wrong with the sound? Let me know. Because I just see that there are some comments about sound here in the chat. So basically we're starting in mezza voce, and okay. I'm switching between two mics, and it might not be completely well balanced out. I'm sorry for that. Good. So we're starting with mezza voce, and then we are going to forte. Now forte can be interpreted very differently, and I personally don't want to already go into like a huge, like mega forte. Like it's still just forte. It's not fortissimo. And we still need some space to go bigger and louder later for that piece. Like we have a huge build up for the that ballad, especially towards the end. So yeah, I just try to make it shiny and clear, but not too loud. That's my goal here. Let me just play it again for you to hear the difference between one that is like super loud and already like forte forte or like fortissimo nearly, and one that is maybe a little bit less. Mezza voce means basically with just half voice. It's not like I don't actually know how to translate that correctly, but maybe someone in the chat can help. Their English is probably better. Up until here, and now let's try the same but with a much bigger forte that I am not aiming for usually, but just tell me what you think. Yeah, so that would be basically the difference. Let me just see what you wrote. Sounds better when you don't touch the mic before playing. So you mean like I should just keep on that mic and forget about the piano mic? I can do that. Okay, wait. It's possible that now, because I was playing around on the desktop setting of that piano sound. Let me just check it again. Just write in the comments in the chat what you think about the sound right now. All right, I think I got the mistake. Great, now the sound is good. Good. So back to the two different versions. How do you like the super big forte or just a forte that's big but it's not like in your face? I think I like to just stick with that of like not being too loud right from the beginning, because as I said, we need some space to get bigger. Then something that's also very interesting to me is this part where we are playing this repeated note. We have these repeated notes, and there's always a break in between. Break, break, break. And sorry. And afterwards, it comes again, but this time with a different rhythm. So it's like break, no break, break, no break. So that's interesting, and I really want to make sure that I'm getting this right. And so on and so on. I hope you heard that the difference in that rhythm and how that difference is transitioning into the next part. And this is why I feel like this is so important to get the rhythm right here and to not just do like, you know, whatever you want. Most people just hold it there, so they keep like, and there's no break anymore, even though like that break helps you to get into that dancing feeling as well. So yeah, read very closely what the composer wrote, because normally they thought a lot about that. Yeah, let's continue. That's the beginning of, that's basically the introduction into that whole piece, if you want. Why are the other trills played shorter? Because for the first trill, I just took much more time than what the rhythm is actually writing. And the second time, I want to just set clear that it is this type of rhythm, basically. Isma is asking, is this the easiest Chopin ballade? I would not. I can understand why people would think this one is easy, but actually I don't think it is. I don't think that any of these are easy, and I don't think that you can consider any of them easier than the other. They are all expressing so different characters, and they have their own difficulties. Now, in terms of technique, probably this one will not make so many problems as other ballades, especially in their codas, but still I wouldn't say it's easy. I wouldn't say it's easy. So what do you guys imagine for this introduction? I imagine a little bit like the setup of this whole Ballade being shown here, which is a beautiful castle, a little bit like in Cinderella in Disney. A beautiful castle, and everyone is excited for the ball that's going to happen tonight, and people are getting ready and wearing beautiful jewelry. Everything is crystal clear and glittery and bling bling and just full of excitement. Of what's going to happen tonight, who is the prince going to choose, and stuff like that. So this is like the ground atmosphere that I feel for this beginning. And as soon as we start with the... I feel this is like the introduction of, like, guys, get ready. This is the first dance we are going to dance. Yeah. So let me just play again the full introduction and just try to imagine what I just explained to you. Or let me know what your interpretation of that whole beginning is, actually. Why is this always like that? Okay, better. Much better. Okay. Yeah, so that's the introduction. And let me just see what you guys wrote there. I imagine a sunrise over a lake for this beginning. Yeah, that also fits, of course. That's also this, like, giving you this glittery awakening. Yeah, I can also imagine that as a picture. The theme is a bit like a question. Exactly. I also have that feeling. And to me, it's like this, what's going to happen tonight question. The first part is just so majestic. I really feel like the next part, beginning, sounds like steps of a dance. Yeah, exactly the same what I think. And this is why I imagine that in this piece, it's a little bit like with every time that you're introducing these empty octaves, yum ba yum ba yum ba yum da dum ba dum. It's a little bit like starting a new dance, basically. there's other music coming, the people that you're dancing with are different, and therefore the whole vibe basically changes. So let's have a look into the first dance that we're going to have here. Yeah. That was the first dance, and I feel like this part, it could be Cinderella, just being at home still and dreaming of going to the palace tonight and having some fun there, and maybe even being able to dance with the prince, and then her stepsisters and her stepmom comes in, and they're just ripping off her clothes, and she's not going to the ball. And she's a little bit sad about that, but then the good fee, what is fee, the nice magician, the good fairy, I don't know what's called in English, but that old grandma that is coming with skalababula bibi babula bibi blah 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 blah. I don't know. She's coming and helping her, and this is what's coming next in this part. And so she saves the day. She's giving her beautiful dress, and she goes to fairy godmother. Thank you. She's giving her this beautiful dress, the beautiful shoes, and helping her to get to the palace, but with that one thing that after midnight it's gone. The whole magic is gone, basically. And so now she is at the palace. Like, this is all happening in the second part. She's at the palace and she falls in love with the prince, and the prince is falling in love with her. That's like the best part of the piece, actually, I feel. And this is where he's discovering her, like he's seeing her from far away as she's entering, and he's like, he wants to get closer. And then they start dancing. And they know they are just meant for each other. But then the clock comes. It starts, the clock starts, and they are still in love and just forgetting about the time. And so on, and then like the third part starts. But let's get back to the second part where the fairy godmother comes and helps. So we are entering the second time of that same. To me, it's a little bit like this very pure soul of Cinderella, just like not giving up hope and not seeing everything like too negatively. And then the godmother, the fairy godmother, is coming, and she's like doing her magic. And now she's explaining her the rules and tells her to go there and have fun. And then she's going to the palace. And the prince sees her. And they start dancing. And the clock starts to come closer to midnight. And they are both still in love. And then time is over. And Cinderella is going away. Part where she's like rushing back home and like everyone is like chasing around behind her because they try to catch her back because the prince wants to marry her and blah blah blah. Like, this is so cool. Everything is like inside of my brain and I would like to just draw it out for you guys to see what's actually happening. Michael Burggraf is asking, is this ballad actually intended by Chopin to tell the Cinderella story? No, it's not. Everything that I'm telling you right now is just coming out of my imagination, out of my fantasy, what I think about this this part. And I think that Chopin, he didn't really give us a story, like a direct story that we have to imagine for these pieces. This is why he called them ballades and not, Mephisto waltz, like Liszt did for some pieces. He just wrote ballade, so people can just put their own imagination and their own fantasy into the pieces. I know that people think that these ballades are based on poems by a very famous Polish poet whose name I honestly just can't pronounce it correctly, so I won't. But that's not actually true. Like, it's not scientifically based that this is true. It is true though that he was inspired by him and the other way around. Both of them were fleeing from Poland. And they went into exile in France, and they went through very similar. They went through very similar traumata and different like parts in life, basically, which bonded them. and you can hear a lot of these kind of, you know, like the way Chopin dealt with not being at home and trying to fight for his fatherland but not being able to, and like this this helplessness, depressiveness, also a little bit of suicidal thoughts that went into his ballades. Not the third ballad, but especially into the fourth, the second, but also the first ballad. You can hear that a lot. But as I said before, like the ballads are not based on the poems. Like you can't really draw any parallels between the poems and the ballads. Like to say, okay, this line is to be found in these notes here. Like not at all. And I'd rather think of the ballads being free for your personal imagination and mine. And right now I'm just telling you what I think of when I'm playing this part. So we were in the middle of Cinderella fleeing from the palace and losing a shoe, and people racing behind her. Let's go. Let's continue. What's going to happen next? And the magic is over. And everything that stays there is this like very strange aftertaste of like this tension there, which is created here through this dissonance, which is so cool by Chopin. This is like so modern already. And the prince announces that he will marry the girl who fits into that glass slipper. And you can hear that Cinderella kind of like she gets into trouble at home basically with her stepmom, because it like kind of figures out whatever happened, and basically they are coming to their home and they try on the slippers, but Cinderella is not there, and they try to put it on her stepsister's feet, but it just doesn't fit, and this is what's happening here. Obviously is the part where she finally gets to, you know, try on the slipper and it fits. Like that's where everything is aiming for. So where she's getting reunited with her prince. Cinderella story. Yeah, what do you guys think of that interpretation? Does it make sense? To me, it makes lots of sense, honestly. especially with all the images that I have in my mind. I would really like to create like a music video out of that, and show you what I have in my head when I'm playing this music. It's like really, I every time I play the ballades, it's to me it's like watching TV a little bit, because it's like everything plays out in my head so clearly. Yeah. Okay, I from your chat comments, I feel like you can relate to to what I've just explained. Yeah, I would like to create a little animation movie with that. Who knows? Maybe I'll be able to do it with AI at some point. Maybe already soon. Who knows? AI is already so far. Yeah, maybe that would be a project. Actually, I would love to hear what other pianists, professional pianists, are thinking about this piece, and what they imagine as a story for this. Because I'm pretty sure that everyone is imagining something else, and it would be so cool to know what they think, and hear it in a different way. Then I would also understand their interpretation a little bit better, I guess. Could you talk about pedaling in this piece? Yes, pedaling is a huge point here, because Chopin wrote a very special pedaling here, especially for the main theme. So, the way Chopin wrote the pedaling in the main theme is actually not the way that a lot of people are playing it. I'll just exaggerate a little bit. So it's a pedal, no pedal, 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 no pedal. So you see that the way that he wrote the metronome forced the breaks to come out, like the pauses, which he wrote there as well. Like, he did write pauses there. He did write the pedaling there in a very, very strange way, actually. I think most of the people would play it like this. Of course, this sounds good. It sounds beautiful. It sounds very comfortable, but it doesn't sound like what he wrote there. And actually, I think it's very interesting what he wrote, because it makes this whole thing a little bit more dancing, because of the pauses that happen there. So let me just try again to play the way it's written. So it's much drier, obviously, and of course you're going to hear. I know you heard it through that microphone, so it's a little bit less extreme than with the other microphone. But yeah, it's actually very difficult to take the pedal the way that Chopin wrote it. Just for everyone that is playing this piece, go and have a try. It's not easy to do it that way. Which ballad do you personally find difficult? I find all of them difficult. You know, you have to find a story for all of them that is going to match, and then you have to bring out that story through all the technical difficulties, and that's like the biggest challenge every time. Like, I think, like, you know, technical issues you can always fix at some point. You know, you just have to practice enough, and then it's fine. But the hard part is get the story through without, getting lost in technical stuff like, oh my god, this is so fast, I have to concentrate on the technique. No, you don't. You have to concentrate on the story. The storyline is the main focus. If there is like one or two notes that are gone, like they are gone, okay. You can't fix it anymore. But it's more important that you stick to the storyline. Then nobody's going to bother about the wrong notes. If you stick to the technical part and then play wrong notes, I can tell you that a lot of people are getting bothered, because that's not what people want to focus on. Well-Tempered Claire is asking, that's actually a cool name. What's the story of each ballad? For me personally, I have a story for each ballads found for myself. But as I mentioned before, there is nothing like the story, the real one and only story. I believe that all of the pianists have their own stories in mind when they play the ballads. Sorry. And yeah, as I said, I would actually love to see what they imagine with the other ballads. But if you want, I can go through the ballads and tell you the stories that I have in mind with the different ballads. But yeah, number 3 for me is the Cinderella story. And I would really like to put it into an animation movie, a little animation movie for you, together with my playing. I think that could be cool. Yeah, so for the very first ballad, I imagine a little bit of a Dracula story. So in the beginning, we hear it's a little bit like you see the coffin being opened and Dracula is coming out of it, and it's in the middle of the night. Everything that you see is just through the light of moonlight, basically. And Dracula comes out of his coffin and he just stands at the window in his big castle and looks out and is like, is there no love for me in this world? A little bit like that. So he's wondering what's going on here. Like, he's looking out of the window like, is there someone for me? And like the conclusion, no, there's no one for me. And like this like the fate is coming. I'm going to live forever alone. Like that's the pain that he feels there with this dissonance that's coming here. That's even more. This is such a dissonance, and you have to feel the pain. And what I love about this beginning is we have this cloud of sound and dissonance. And then we are starting into the 6/4 tempo, into the moderato tempo, where only one note is left, which is him. He is left alone there. And then he starts dancing by himself in his big castle in the moonlight and just dreaming of how beautiful it could be to dance together with someone. But it's like he's just dancing for himself, and is like really, oh, there's never going to be someone living this life together with me. I'm a monster. Nobody wants me. Like I don't deserve love. Like. And then he says, but if there was someone, I would love this person so much, like deep-heartedly. But I will always stay alone. He's like rage quitting, and he's like showing his full power that he has, like magic powers, and like creating these huge bad like what do I say, swarms, like he's turning to Batman. No, he's not, but like he's Dracula, and he's like showing off his power like out of rage basically here. Oh, wait, how do I start here? So basically, he sees all these. You can see in this part that's getting really loud and big, all his power, and the reason why people or human are scared of him, basically, and why they keep their distance to him. And then, suddenly, he discovers that there is a beautiful, innocent woman in his forest, I don't know, somewhere, where there's a little bit of water somewhere, I imagine. So he discovers her there. And she's like just there singing innocently and also dancing for herself, but like in that peace of that peaceful forest in the light, basically. And yeah, and he's just watching her from afar and is enjoying the view, basically, and falls in love with her. And this is the moment when they see each other, their eyes cross here. And they start to talk to each other. We have the dialogue here. And they start to fall in love with each other, which is great. And this is the moment where Dracula has to show her the truth about himself, and he's very insecure about it because he believes that she's going to dump him because she's like so scared of him. So this is where he's going to show her the truth. Instead of like dumping him and running away screaming out of fear, she's like accepting him, and they are fully embracing their love here. And this is the part where it's all of this, like, you know, you have all this great time with your crush and all the butterflies inside of your head, inside of your stomach, and you're just happy to spend time with that person and you know, have some great memories with that person, create some great memories with that person. And that's exactly what's happening here in this part. And through that, their bond is, of course, getting stronger and stronger. has to go back to her, like the village where she comes from, and she wants to tell her family that she found the love of her life, blah blah blah, that they want to get married or something like that maybe, and so she has to leave him, and he like just she thinks just for a short time, and he is very scared. He's very pessimistic because he feels like if she tells the people in the village who she's seeing, who she's dating and falling in love with, something bad is going to happen. And so she goes, and he's waiting for her, and the days and the nights feel longer and longer, and that's what happened here. And we end up back alone. Dracula is like all by himself again, and he's starting to worry a lot. Like, is she okay? Or maybe she went clear in her head and she finally she just goes away from him. She left him, and he's just getting crazy in his head all the time. And he's wondering, should he go to the village and search for her? And so he goes. He goes to the village and sees what happened there. He sees that the villagers, they killed his girl. They are all scared of her. Like, they were scared that she brought the vampire stuff to them. And so they killed her and just put her there in the middle of the marketplace as like a warning sign for everyone to not go close to Dracula, basically. And this is what he discovers here. Like, he's full of shock here. So it's like, and this is where now we hear or we see again the big power that he showed off in the beginning of the piece, directly before he met her. This is what comes here in the Presto con fuoco back. And he basically destroys the full village, and he goes after every villager and kills everyone, and in a very crazy manner, and a little bit like a Mephisto waltz in my imagination, because it has this dancing feeling still. So there's like something very demonic, and yeah, it's not a fun like thing that he's doing, but it's like he's just showing off his power here and his like killing people, you know. And these scales are like really this like the scream at the end. Like he's after he destroyed the full village and killed every single person, he goes back to the girl that he likes, to her body, and holds her there, and she's just screaming with these scales. But she's not coming back. She's dead. So he screams again. Maybe he's also trying his Dracula powers on her, I don't know. But she's still dead. He can't get her back, basically. So, there's only one way of being together with her. He's going to kill himself. So, yeah, like the end is either he's killing himself or he's just accepting that he will live forever alone in loneliness and darkness and never see her again. But yeah, I don't know. Like, I don't know. Should he kill himself or not? I don't know. What are we going to do with our protagonist? Okay, now, your opinion on my interpretation. What do you think? Is that like, does that fit the music? Or would you imagine something else? One lone villager stabs him with the wooden stake, but he didn't leave anyone alive anymore, I think, in my head. Dracula went to Scotland. Okay, that's the story ending. Dracula started playing piano instead of suicide. Yeah, that's good. Do you imagine stories for all the pieces or just the ballades? That's a great question, actually. I think, the ballades are supposed to be stories to be told and not, like, for example, an etude, to me, it's not necessarily a story there. It's much more the expression of emotion. And that I have a lot with Chopin's shorter pieces is he's not really going into the storytelling thing. What Liszt did this a lot. Like he had a real program also in mind. But with Chopin's music, I often have this feeling of he's just trying to capture a specific emotion and all the different shades and variations of this specific emotion in these short pieces that he's playing. For example, the etudes. There is not a big story behind each etude. Sometimes there might be a story, but actually not really. To me, it's more often it's like he's trying to catch a specific feeling that we feel as human, and he tries to show you the different parts of this feeling. Being happy is not always the same type of happiness. Being sad is not always the same type of sadness. And he's really showing this beautifully in the etudes, in my opinion. So I'd rather, instead of thinking of specific stories in that specific case, I think of specific emotions that I connect to these etudes and try to think of the different shades of this emotion that I feel with that, because that just brings me much closer to the piece itself. But it might be different with other people. Other people might think of real stories in that case. Opus 25, number 7 might be an exception. No, actually not. It's still, to me, it's really capturing this emotion of like this feeling of you try to communicate with a beloved person, but it's going through a wall a little bit. It's like that beloved person is already dead, and you can't really communicate. The beloved person from heaven is trying to talk to you too, but of course you can't hear each other. And this is like this, they are talking to each other without talking to each other, and of course they are not really interacting with each other as well. And this is the feeling that I feel for that Opus 25 number 7. There's nothing really happening in terms of like story wise to me. It's just capturing this feeling of completely being lost and lonely, left back on earth, and that loving person is gone. And you try to interpret things as signs, basically. Yeah. So I hope I could inspire you a little bit into listening to music differently. What helped me a lot to go into these kind of ideas was actually Disney Fantasia. I'm a huge fan of Disney Fantasia, or Fantasia. They put music into little animation movies, and I liked that a lot as a child. That was like the way it opened my door for classical music. Like, I don't come from a musician family. No one in my family plays music. Like, my siblings, they all play piano now, but I meant like for my parents, they don't play any music, and they don't have any idea of classical music, let's say. I believe that all of them are musical. I believe that everyone in the world is musical, because we all like to listen to music and we all feel something when we hear music. But yeah, so they didn't really know anything about classical music, and they showed us when we were like very small. They showed us the Disney Fantasia stuff, and I was completely hooked with that. I remember I loved all of these little movies, especially the Zauberlehrling with Mickey Mouse trying to be a magician and completely failing. And that one I loved, and also the Donald Duck one. With Edward Elgar, Pomp of Circumstances, something like that. Ya di da di da dum, pa di da di dum, da di da da di dum, da di da da da. I love that piece. This is so beautiful, but unfortunately, it's not for piano. It's for orchestra. Chim Chim is saying, none of my family members or friends even play piano. I'm the only pianist. Yeah, I'm also the only pianist, or the only one who... Pomp and Circumstances, exactly. I'm the only professional musician in my family. And... yeah, sometimes I'm wondering, if one day I have children... if I would push them into learning piano, I don't know. I think it would be cool to have them learning piano, because it has lots of advantages, learning piano, for your brain and stuff, but I don't know if I would really want them to pursue a professional career in music, honestly. Like, it's very tough. It's very tough business. Do you have any tips for Mephisto Waltz? Just do the same what I just did with the ballads. Try to picture a real story there. Did you read about what's happening in the Dorfschenke, in this bar in the village? Like, you should, because then it's going to give you so many ideas of what's going to happen, what's happening there. In the beginning, he's like tuning his violin, which is cool, and then there's so much stuff happening. So, like, try to get an idea what's actually happening in the story that Liszt is referring to, especially if the composers write a specific title. Go and read and try to understand what the composer tried to express there. And automatically there are going to be so many things falling into the right place without you trying to do anything. The more you try to make something out of the music, the less it's going to happen, because it's just like it's going to sound pretentious and not like you're really feeling it. Did you see the final concerts of the BBC Proms with Pomp and Circumstances? I'd like to be there one day. No, I didn't. I didn't. Yeah, so honestly, it's already 11 p.m. here, so maybe I'm not going to continue playing, even though I figured out that my neighbors, they don't actually hear any of what I'm playing here because I'm in the basement and also far away from my neighbors, like not far away, but far away enough, let's say, from my neighbors so they don't hear it. Wait, let me just get back my slippers and underneath the piano. Thank you so much, Teeds, for your subscription. That's so nice of you. Any tips for the coda of Ballade number 4? Practice a couple of different etudes. You find so many etudes in the ballades. And yeah, if you can play a couple of these etudes that are covering these specific techniques, there is no problem anymore with like technical issues, let's say. So, guys, let me know, what are your plans for this week? Because I'm not going to be here the next live streams on, like normally we are planning for Wednesday and Sunday live streams, but as I already mentioned, I will be jury in a big competition, youth competition in the first round, and like that's going from Wednesday until Sunday. Every day I have to listen from 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. And then afterwards we are going to have discussion rounds, so it's like I'm going to be dead. I'm going to be dead. When it's going to be the next stream? If I'm not able to stream out of the hotel room because of internet, because of tiredness or whatsoever, it's going to be today in a week. But it might happen that I'm spontaneously going to live stream on Wednesday. That might happen. But I don't know yet. Like, I'm not going to force anything. Do you get to yell at kids? No. And I'm not going to do that. Like, these are not my kids. They are not my students. I don't have any right to yell at them at all. Even, like, yeah. You know, very often at these competitions, I'd rather yell at their teachers or parents. Like, why do you send your child to learn an instrument that they are obviously not interested in, and then forcing them to take lessons that they are obviously not interested in and completely bored of, or like just hate? Like, this is making so much damage of, like, they are developing hate towards making music, which is so stupid in my head, because making music is one of the most beautiful things you can do in the world. If I remember correctly out of a documentary, making music is actually very similar to making love, what it makes in our brain. So, yeah, it explains itself, right? Have you listened to Une barque sur l'océan by Ravel? I actually played that already. So, many years ago, though. It was somewhere during my bachelor degrees I did that. Yeah. It's so sad to watching all the life getting sucked out of music. Exactly. And I don't blame the children for that. They don't know it better, and I believe that they would have lots of fun if the teacher would suit them, if the instrument would suit them. Like, not everyone is meant to be a pianist. Not everyone is meant to be a singer or a violinist or a drummer or whatsoever. Like, search for the right instrument for you, and then search for a good teacher. The teacher is so important. Many people, they just go, oh yeah, I need a piano teacher, and then they just go for the very first one that they find, or the cheapest one that they can find, and then they wonder why they didn't stick to it. Like, no, it doesn't work like that. When we go studying, what we do is we don't search for a prestigious university. Like, honestly, out of my perspective, I'm laughing about all this kind of, oh, I went to Juilliard school, blah, blah, blah. Like, I don't care. I don't care if you went to Juilliard school. It's great that this university has this prestigious name, but it doesn't matter if you don't get along with the professor that you are learning with. Like, when you're studying music, the most important thing is the chemistry between the student and the professor. These two have to work together so closely. And if you just go there because of the prestige of the name of that university, it's not going to make you a great musician. That's not what makes you a great musician. What makes you a great musician is if you have a good mentor. And that can be anyone in any university. Yeah. But I have an easy position to say these things because in Germany, the music universities are all extremely high level compared to the rest of the world. So anywhere you go, it's going to be good. Are you in touch with your uni advisor? So I studied nearly 10 years together with Professor Hans-Peter Stenzel. And that's actually quite uncommon to stick with a professor for such a long time. But I remember that when I had my first lesson with him, I was so blown away of the way he teaches. What I really liked about his style of teaching was that he was not just, sitting there and just playing it and then tell me to just play what he just played and try to imitate it. No, he actually tried to put it into the right words to the point that I understood what he meant and what the music should create inside of me, and then I was going to play it. And so there was a big difference was that I always had to create it out of myself and not just imitating whatever the professor is playing. And yeah, he actually, I in these 10 years, I can only recall 2 times that he tried to show me something at the piano. And that's it. Yeah. Make sure to pick the right stream or not just the one with the highest viewers. Exactly. I hope you guys have fun here in the streams. I do have fun, lots of fun, and yeah, I'm looking forward to our next stream. I'm especially looking forward to our next subscriber roasts because they are always the most fun, honestly. And since it's already past 11, I need to calm down a little bit before going to sleep. I think I will end the live stream now. It was so nice to spend the evening with you guys and talk about music and have a chat about the story that I imagine with these ballades. And I wish you all a great week. Have fun practicing. Don't forget to practice. Don't forget to sing and conduct when you work on the pieces. And we'll see us in the next live stream.